Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Jim Butterworth, Senior Director of Cybersecurity with Guidance Software. Today I'd like to talk to you about advanced persistent threats. More specifically, what are they, how do they work, and what are some of the tools that we've put together to help the defenders find these APTs and mitigate them. First thing you need to consider is that they're using designer malware. And when I use the term designer malware, what I'm really talking about is the enemy has done a level of reconnaissance against your network, and they figured out not just how to get in, but how to stay in. The malware is really designed to be adaptable so that when they do detect that you're taking some sort of preventative measures, they will change things up on you, such as their beacon out points. It's also meant to be highly resilient so that when they start to detect things that you're doing, like when you do find the code and you decide to bring it into a sandbox in a virtualized environment, this malware can actually detect the presence of reverse engineering and shut itself down or encrypt itself. Some of the other things that they're able to do is live in places that you would not traditionally think that the code would live, such as the system volume, the sysvol. Also writing itself into the system restore. And when it does this, it changes some things up a bit. Now that's a little bit scary because now you may have found the actual attack vector and you've gone through your steps to mitigate the threat. You've completely wiped it out, and then all of a sudden one of your users or even one of your sysadmins decides to roll the clock back, do a system restore following an application installation that maybe didn't go right. They roll back 2-3 weeks, and lo and behold, you've got this APT that's now revived on your network and phoning home again. That is what we mean by persistent threats. Persistent meaning that they're designed to survive. What makes the APT even scarier is that the attacker knows quite a bit about you, and what we've seen in some of these APTs, the attacker is actually able to follow your defensive techniques and completely reconfigure their environment to survive it. Such as they can detect things on the firewall. They can detect the steps that you're taking on the inside that's going to actually put them into a switched environment, an enclave, if you will. They detect all that. They detect the presence of you changing your perimeter to blacklist or whitelist IPs and completely reconfigure their attack surface. One of the things that Guidance Software has developed is using entropy as an information data mining technique, where entropy is level of randomness within a file. We have brought enterprise level entropy into the mix where once we do find the file, we are able to find near matches. For instance, if a file were to be restored or written into the system restore, the hash is going to be different from the source file. However, if you use entropy, we're able to absolutely determine that it is a near match. Now, we're not going to tie them together as being absolutely attributed. We're going to give you the capability to find the file and have a look at it. That's really the key is once you do find these attacks, you've got to be able to follow them throughout the network as they're going through their persistent mechanisms to try to survive. We're bringing forth a tool that's going to allow you to do that.